Welcome back to Munchies with Jazz. I'm back with another Heart and Hustle Houston review, Season 1, Episode 7. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll return the favor as well. Make sure you guys are leaving your pages in the comment section, and I will gladly follow, like, comment, subscribe to your pages as well. Alright, so let's get into the review. So we're already on we're already on episode 7. So it picks up where they're talking to Latoria, and Latoria is talking about her being in business for 16 years. She worked with a lot of athletes, and she had a media company, and it's kind of like she's retiring a little bit, and she's having a party to celebrate her 16 years or whatever. So she has a group of her friends helping her plan her party, and Chloe is included. Because Chloe is a event planner, so she has Chloe involved as well. They pick a venue, and the venue is really cool. It has different lighting settings that you can change, like on the walls, on the floors. It kind of lights up, and you can kind of change the settings to whatever you want it to be at that time for your theme or whatever. So I thought that was cool. I never saw that before anywhere, so I thought that was really cool. So it was a very cool, unique space. So Chloe and Latoria catch up, and Chloe kind of asks her like, what does she need help with? Is she like falling behind on anything? Can she help her out with anything? And they kind of sit down and talk about Nico and Chloe meeting up, and it went pretty good and stuff like that. And it's a bike riding by or something. Um, Chloe asks Latoria, can she introduce Nico to any of her music friends, so Nico can get his foot in the door in the music industry, because he doesn't really have like any other plans besides music. So Chloe was just trying to give her son a helping hand, and Latoria was also glad to help. So I thought that was cool that Latoria could come through for Latoria and Nico. So the next scene, it goes to Labrina and William. They talk about Pop. Pop is her oldest son. He's been back and forth between Labrina and William and his real father. And since he moved with the father, since he like been with him a little more, his grades have been slipping and stuff. So Labrina was kind of on him the last episode, like to get his grades together and stuff like that. And they was just expressing to him that they miss him and stuff. And he comes sit with them outside, and they kind of talk, and they ask about him staying with his dad and stuff like that. And it was kind of sad. He seemed a little emotional when he was talking about it. He was saying that he felt like a burden on them. I guess he wasn't on his best behavior when he was staying with them, and they kept kind of like being on him a little bit. But he's a teenage boy. That's what teenage boys do, and teenage girls. We all did things when we was teenagers. It's normal. So I know what he was saying. He didn't want to stress his parents out, and he felt like he was being a burden. So he kind of removed himself and went to his dad's house, and they felt bad. Like they didn't like hearing that. So it kind of made them sad as parents, and it made him sad as well. So they kind of comforted him and told him that's not the case. So that was cool. They kind of comforted him and reassure him that they love him and stuff like that. So I thought that was cool that they could open up to each other and stuff like that. And Labrina feels a connection with that because of how she grew up in her teenage years. She was kind of distant with her mom and stuff like that, and she got pregnant with him at a young age, so she kind of felt like similar. So yeah, he seemed really sad and emotional. So I hope they that's good that they talked to him about it and he opened up. I hope they can talk more and get to know his emotions a little more. There's nothing wrong with a boy expressing his emotions. And I like that William comfort him as well, the father. He comfort him, and he didn't like shame him and showing his tears. It's okay to cry. Everybody cry. We're human beings. So the next scene, it goes to Latoria, Ro, and Chloe. They meet up for like a singles women night. Um, Latoria ordered these tipsy pickle things. I didn't know what that was about. It was a little weird. It didn't sound like it tasted good. And they was talking to Latoria about her blind date. I put in my notes, pop. They had a blind date set up for Latoria on the last episode. I forgot to bring that up. Latoria had a blind date with an older guy, and he was kind of. It didn't really seem like he was interested in her, and she didn't seem interested in him either. But she was, nice and stuff like that. But he was kind of like, "Oh, you 35 and you want kids." She was just kind of expressing the things that she did want, and he was kind of like, "Oh, I don't want that." Like, he was kind of like over it. He talked more about the horses and stuff like that than he did about dating. I was like, damn, like he seemed a little high strung and hostile. But he wasn't mean. It was just like the way he came across. I wasn't feeling it, and it was a bad match. And I think Labrina hooked them up, so I didn't get that. So I thought that was crazy, but maybe it was just a test run. Labrina just, tried to get her, used to dating and stuff. You never know the reasoning. So they was all meeting up, and they talked about the blind date. And Ro opened up about quitting her job. She wants more time with her daughter. She feels like her job is taking a lot of her time, and she feels like she want to have the free time to spend with her daughter. So she's thinking about quitting her job, and she feels underappreciated. She doesn't feel like much has changed since she's been there. She want to move on and make a change, and she feel like the sisterhood is kind of like, opening her eyes and helping her, want to make positive changes. Probably just aim for more. You know how when you hang out with people that's doing a lot, they doing more than you at the time or whatever the case is, you kind of gravitate towards that. So that's good that she's getting inspiration from the other women. So, Labrina sends a text for a kickback at a vineyard. They all agree. And it was funny because Latoria, she wound up eating a pepper and she thought it was a pickle and it was spicy. And so it was funny, that she just kind of bit into it and it was hot. So um, they show Latoria in the next scene. They show her arriving with her little feather dress on. She looked cute. She had her hair like up. I think it was half up, half down, curly type of style. She looked cute. She had a little feather dress on. It was kind of like a casino theme type of party. So she was glammed up. What's her name? Elena. Elena came and did the glam for her and stuff. She looked really nice. They welcomed her. She had her little grill in, and she had like a car. I believe it was green. I'm not sure. It was like a bright color, kind of like pulled up. She pulled up with that Texas vibe, like how, like Houston had that the cars and the grills and stuff. So it was cool for her to pull up to her party like that. Um, Let me see. They all welcome her. Had like a Vegas theme with card tables and stuff like that. Chloe brings Nico. They was just having a good time at the casino table. Just I don't know if they was playing cards or gambling or whatever, I don't know. But they was having fun. And Latoria goes and say thank you to everybody for being at the event. And she just tell them thank you for showing up. She thanks Houston. She thanks her father. She gets a little emotional thinking about her father and thanking him and stuff because he was her biggest supporter. He was her hero. So she was emotional about that, and she kind of like opened up and kind of was saying that she wanted to basically kind of like exit the Houston entertainment scene. Like, she wants to focus on community projects and like passion projects. She feel like she made her mark on the Houston entertainment scene and the music scene, and she kind of want to focus on her restaurant and stuff. So that's cool. She want to make a change, and do something different. There's nothing wrong with that. So wish her luck with that. Like, her restaurant's going to do good. I'm pretty sure she got some connections, so that's great for her. So I was glad to hear that she want to pursue some stuff she really want to do. It's been a few years. She want to do something different. So she has a Sweet 16 performance by her cousin. His name was Youngster. And they also show Latoria introducing the rapper Lil Flip to Nico. He had a song back in the day. I can't remember what song it was, but I remember maybe like one or two songs they had from back in the day, maybe like 15 years ago, maybe. I don't remember anything recent, but I'm not like a music genius or nothing like that, so he could have some new stuff out. But yeah, that was cool that he I think he has a new label that he's starting, and he was saying he can give Nico some advice. They exchange info and stuff like that. And Chloe feels good that she can kind of like connect Nico with some people in the music industry, and Latoria feels good that she can help as well. I think that's really cool that they helping each other. They're not like gatekeeping and all that. They kind of like sharing with each other. That's good to see on reality TV instead of a bunch of black women fighting, pulling each other hair, calling each other bitches and hoes all day. So it's nice to see some black women just helping each other out. So I like this show because of that. They all open, honest, and they help each other out. So I think that's really cool. So they was enjoying the night. It looked like they was kind of like swag surfing, like they, but I don't. They wasn't like playing exactly the song, but you could kind of tell a little bit. That's what it looked like. But they was dancing, enjoying their night. It looked like they had a good time. So it shows Ro. She says she feels good that her and Latoria are taking like kind of a leap of faith to follow their dreams, kind of make a change in career path. And Latoria is feeling the love from the girls, and that's cool. Like she feels the love and support for her new change. They go to a scene with Elena, Manera, and Labrina. They all meet up, and Elena is talking about how the trip to the vineyard will be really perfect at that time because she just wants to chill, relax, forget about the stress, about her marriage. And I'm sure all the girls are looking forward to that trip. They kind of want to relax and chill and, wind down for a little bit. Manera talks about Norman and her mom saying they're in a better place, that they're doing better, and that makes her feel better. She doesn't have to, like, be in the middle, and she was opening up about the last episode where she said she wanted to be a little more vocal, and more vulnerable, like, talk about her feelings a little more, and it's okay to feel things, and not be so hard and tough and have that hard shell. So that's good for Manera, so she can, get her emotions in check, and get in tune with them a little bit. So Elena says she's learning herself and she's kind of unhappy with her love life at the time. And they all kind of set up a counseling session. And I believe it's for all of the girls. Um, they tear up because she's talking about being unhappy with her marriage. She feels she deserves more. And she feels good that she's demanding more for herself as well in her marriage, So that's good that any woman or man, you feel like you're not getting appreciated in the marriage or whatever the situation is, you should speak up and you should demand more for yourself. You should love yourself first before the other person. So that's good that she's taking notice and she's actually, putting her needs first or whatever. So let's see. And then it goes to, oh yeah, Elena was saying that counseling and the marriage counseling and all that, that's kind of like their last resort. And if that doesn't work, then it's like she doesn't really know where to go from there. So I don't know. I know I saw I was watching a content creator, one of my favorite ones. I don't know, but they were saying that Elena and her husband filed for a divorce. So I don't know. That was recent. So this show probably was filmed like a while ago, maybe a few months ago. So it said that they filed for a divorce, or Elena filed for a divorce. I'm not sure, but yeah, I heard something like that. So I don't know. I don't know if she got tired and she just ran up out the door after all these years, which I don't blame her, because she was saying that Josh cheated during their engagement, and it kind of, rubbed her the wrong way since then. So I don't know if she's been had them insecurities and she dragged it into the marriage. And I know she said something about it's like things that's still kind of going on between them, to cause her to be unhappy in the marriage as well. So I don't know. It sounds like cheating, but who knows? Um, they met up with Dr. Angela, I think that's her name, for couples therapy. Josh didn't really want to at first, but he kind of changed his mind. And he's kind of like a private guy. He doesn't like putting his business all out there and stuff, which I agree with that. Everything, people don't have to be in your business and know everything about your life. It's not everybody's business. So he was just saying that he's like a private guy, so that's a step for him in the right direction to go to counseling and talk about things and open up a little bit. So that's good. So the doctor asked them what they want to accomplish. He says he wants to be a more, safe husband for her, a safe space for her. It seems like Elena is kind of like she's on her last leg with it. It seems like, I don't know, like it kind of seemed like she kind of like giving up hope. And I don't know if Josh put the effort in too late and she's kind of over the situation. I don't know, but yeah, they just opened up about their relationship, about the cheating during the engagement, and they opened up the mistrust, and she was being triggered and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's about it for this episode. It ends there with them at the counseling session. Then it kind of shows, it goes into the next episode, and it shows it looked like Chloe was flirting with somebody. I don't know who it was, but it looked like Chloe was getting flirty with somebody, and Lena and Manira was getting a little buck with each other, like kind of like going back and forth a little bit. So that's what they showed as like a teaser for the next episode. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so that's basically everything that happened in this episode. So leave your comments in the comment section. We could talk about it. If you guys want any more reviews for any more shows, let me know. I can do some. And I'll be back with the next episode. Make sure you guys are like, comment, and subscribing to my channel. And thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.